We are back. Happy Deepavali to last week.
Happy Deepavali, yeah.
Belated
Sorry.
Deepavali.
Last
Not
week, last week,
funny.
last week.
Oh yeah, last
off.
week.
Last week off,
We celebrating Deepavali.
Correct. I was thinking how today actually we don't want to do live one. Okay, but we have a commitment to be here. Why don't want to do live is because now it's 11:11. So are you guys shopping?
Yeah, do some shopping.
You buy Stephanie? Can you share with our friends down here?
I buy
What have you?
Balan.
Like what?
Those accessories like makeup lah.
Okay.
在哪里买的
Well,
okay.
Shopee.
Wow, that's fast.
cheap.
Then, you, Kennedy,
Wow.
have you bought anything?
Let's skip me lah.
Oops.
He bought a lot of things.
I
A lot of toys, I think.
I just bought like $800.
Wow.
Just
Okay, I think the economy needs more people like you too.
Ah.
Economy don't need people like me.
So have you bought anything yet?
Nope.
So it's 11:11 eh.
没有
So everybody has been like going the craze that 11:11 must buy something here. And today also another meaning.
meaning
11:11 is for singles. Right. That's why the hype starts from what is you are lonely, you got nowhere to spend, then you go online shopping and then you have tons of sales. Alright?
oh okay.
Okay, in the meantime, for those who are with me down here, can you help me to like and share? Like and share. And while we are also chit-chatting, come and chit-chat. Oh yeah. So what topic are we talking about today?
Is there any cooling measures?
Cooling
Soon?
measures.
No.
Okay. So I think let's officially start in 1 minute time. How about? So we will talk about cooling measures. All right. So later we will have again team yes for cooling measures, team no's for cooling measures. But I need to emphasize on one part will be we are not speculating. We are just having our thoughts, trying to be like a fortune teller today. But then again, we also will support with those substantial factual thing that we why we think so lah. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, because just now we were throwing ideas around, okay, bouncing off ideas. So let's see. Alright, it's already 1:35. We shall officially start.
Yes, let's
How?
do so.
Okay, maybe we just start off with very simple one. What is cooling measures? Like
I come, Steph. What is your interpretation of a cooling measure?
Cooling measures to me is like to cool down the property market price
I see bro.
at a moment, like maybe a certain time, then maybe the price can be like substantial, that stable down the price. No?
So means it's more like to stabilize the market and the price lah.
Not the market crash lah, of course,
Mm.
because your price is already very high. So I think we need some cooling measures to maybe don't reach at its highest peaks lah.
Okay. As for me, I think my interpretation of cooling measure is actually more of like I think the government wants the property price movement to be in sync with the rest of the economy and also the income. I think that's what they want because for instance, if they feel that price increase or rather price movement not necessarily increase price movement is not aligned with the rest of the economy, not aligned with the rest with the income of the people, that's when they will look into it lah. So for me that's my interpretation of cooling measures lah. Can I take that?
You all talk so cheap. I simplify lah. Market hot, we want to make it look warm, we cool it down. 就是这样 Why you all make it so complicated?
是这样吗？
Price goes up, you think cannot take it anymore, we do something, slap it down.
But do you think the price will come down
Price will come down for what? Property markets?
when the cooling measures kick in?
Okay. very interesting question because I presume if you're gonna ask me this, right, it's going to be how am I supposed to do this? Okay, I will say that we need to classify the property into has a need or a want.
Okay.
Okay, so if it's a need, property markets, let's face it, because everybody needs a home. So as long the price is very substantial,
Price increase, you mean?
yeah, price increase or the current price is substantial, even the cooling measures comes, it will be a knee-jerk effect, but you don't get a very significant drop in prices. Then you will see this will get a little stagnant. Maybe drop a bit, then after a while it will bounce back. That's how I feel.
Okay.
Yeah. Somehow why am I feeling that there's like 4 people in this? Hi, nice meet you. Because this friend of ours is coming to MBS. He's going to be 42E and then going to lie down like that.
Yeah. Promote this one. Cows. So cute.
Right. That's my thoughts. My thoughts on it. So I will say ninja effect, yes, we'll get to see price stagnant. I will not say that price decrease because then again, not forgetting most land prices are getting more and more expensive. Okay, then we get to see people are having good holding powers to hold. Just look at COVID. People speculating that prices will come down because of COVID. No, our dear friends out there, our dear Singaporeans, you are rich. so
You
with that,
are rich.
so with that, people take this opportunity to invest, and then of course you get to see a high price. Price increment. Times goes by lah. What are your takes, guys?
Steph? Okay, I go first lah. Okay,
Yes.
so maybe I think for me, I do agree with Kennedy. Okay, actually, we backtrack a little bit. Maybe cooling measure was not heard of even in the last peak of 1996. The
Yeah.
last peak of property market, there was no such thing as cooling measure. So the cooling measure only came in the last cycle, which is it started off in 2010, if I remember correctly, the first round of cooling measures. So it's something new, was never introduced or implemented before.
Right.
So what we can see is that based on historical law, based on the last round of cooling measure, so what we saw was what Kennedy mentioned earlier. Prices did not exactly come down by a lot, maybe just a little bit. But what is the intention of the cooling measure is actually just to temper the demand. That means they want to so-called suppress the demand side a little bit in the demand and supply equation. So when they are able to suppress the demand side, that's when prices will be kept in check. So I don't think it is, or rather, I don't think cooling measure is intended to bring down prices.
Right.
It is the main intention is to just temper the demand side so that prices remain more manageable, more stable, and does not get out of hand, so called. And of course, when it gets out of hand, of course, then the whole lot of spillover effect. People, the affordability by the people not being able to upgrade, not being able to buy a roof over their head, and so on. So all these are all these implications if prices go out of hand.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So for me, that's what it is .
Okay. Or maybe I will just ask lah. Okay, then Steph, you just answer that about. So the last cooling measure was happened 2018
Yeah.
July.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a magical number because most of us will not forgotten what happened. It was a mad rush. Okay, I think it was, if I'm not wrong, Parliament make this cooling measures at 5 p.m. and the effect is like 7 hours later it will take effect to the whole cooling measures.
2359.
2359.
Correct. So Steph, what is the last cooling measure? What did they implement? You still remember?
I think they implement the LTV.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
To 75%.
Yep.
Which I think a lot of people will feel the pinch lah.
Previously
Previously,
LTV is how much?
80.
80.
80%,
Yeah.
So let's give a very simple scenario. 1 million is 50,000. So this 50,000, either you use cash or you are able to use CPF. Okay. So if 2 million, 100,000.
100,000, yes, correct.
My savings don't have. Your savings have?
I don't even have.
Hey, look at that. The Simpsons. Okay, so back to you. So, other than that, what else?
I
Is there
think
anything
of
else?
course
Yes,
ABSD.
yeah.
Mm.
ABSD increase for I think
Second
second
property
property.
for Singaporean.
Singaporean,
Across the board, I think,
foreigner.
across the board, yeah.
Yeah, foreigner, everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
Except for the first timer.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
first property, like
First
except for
property,
yes,
yeah.
correct.
Yes.
So it was increased across the board
I think
for
the
the
4%.
second property.
4% was also that day, right?
4%.
No, I
Oh,
think later, right?
that day.
Same,
Each.
As long as one.
The stamp duty,
1
like, you're referring to the 4%
million.
stamp duty for prices above 1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that one I can't recall. I'm not sure if it's the same
Mm.
day or later on.
But anyway, yeah. So a lot of people went in to just buy any properties. I can remember that because I was there.
It was
Yeah,
a
I think
madness.
it was
lah.
a mad rush lah. So because
Yes.
everyone was trying to rush before 2359,
Mm.
and before the measures kicked in lah.
Correct.
At 2359. Yeah.
That time no COVID, so everybody was like packing the show flag.
Almost basically hugging one another.
Correct, correct,
Yeah,
correct.
yeah, excuse me. Same.
And then
Quite crazy, yeah.
and then you can feel how intense it is because again everybody want to pick their choice unit.
Choice unit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So everybody was like sitting on the fence thinking, oh, should I buy or not? Wow, when this measure comes, everybody start calling their agents. Hello, hey, I want to buy quickly. I don't want to get involved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so agents were also rushing up and down.
Queuing up lah, helping the client to queue
correct. I think
up.
they were even rushing up and down, collecting check from the client,
Correct.
getting their signatures and so on. So yeah, it was a bit mad
世
rush
界末
lah.
日的感觉真的 咯
apocalypse.
serious.
Yeah, I think another very significant part of the cooling measure in 2018, which I think we are seeing the impact now, is the ABSD imposed on developers going en bloc. So there was an increase of 5% in the ABSD, non-refundable ABSD.
Okay.
A
yeah.
5% non-refundable ABSD imposed onto, essentially imposed onto developers who are buying en bloc. So I think the en bloc started ramping up in 2016, and then by 2018, en bloc fever was on. And with that cooling measure, with the additional non-refundable 5% ABSD imposed on the developers, that effectively killed the en bloc fever.
Correct.
So that en bloc cycle was a very short-lived one. It was only like 1.5 coming, less than 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So with the en bloc market killed off back in 2018, right now we are feeling the effect really, because unsold units are
Lesser.
getting running out. Basically, we are running short of unsold units already, and that's also why right now you don't see prices of the new launches coming down, because developers are fully aware
Right.
that the remaining stock in the market right now is actually very little, especially for the OCR. Most of the developments that we know, places like Treasure, Florence, Riverfront, all these Affinity, all these, they are all running very, very low already. Almost, almost fully sold soon.
Correct.
So yeah, so I think we are feeling that now, and I think en bloc seems to be coming back a little bit. So let's see how it goes.
Right. So I think the aftermath of the cooling measures that's in place 2018, like I say, right now it's already three years away. So that's 3.5 years. Okay, so 3.5 years away. So you just look, guys, what is the question that you always ask all your consultant will be, how is the market now? Okay, cooling measures involved is supposed to cool down. Yes, it did. It's like it make it a little lukewarm. Okay, but the COVID itself accelerate the warmness, coming back to very hot. Okay, so I think the next question people will be asking us next, right, will be if that's the case, okay, will there be new cooling measures? Before we hit to the topic, because this is very huge topic, so each of us we have our stance. Let's talk about what are other ways, how can these cooling measures, what are the different types of cooling measures the government can implement, okay, on us. We discussed this a bit before we go into the big topic, alright? So what do you all think? What are the cooling measures?
For me, right, I think at this moment there might not be any cooling measures coming up.
Okay, that one will come back in a short while. But what we meant is, if let's say there is a cooling measures, what are the measures
What are
that
the areas or the aspects that
Mm.
they
It's
can?
either they can increase ABSD, the tax,
cool?
you know.
ABSD. Okay, so ABSD for your info, then you know must have the little 博士 come out.
Uh,
So ABSD stands for Additional Buyer's Stamp Duty. For those who don't know, if you are buying 2 or more properties, or if you are Singaporeans or foreigners, you will have this called the ABSD.
okay, very good. So you know they can actually increase or increase the seller's stamp duty
The
The
duration.
buyer
duration.
The duration.
duration.
Yeah.
Okay,
The one is holding
So-
power is 3 years.
so stamp per se will be on taxes, stamp
Yeah,
duties.
yeah.
So buyer stamp duties, seller stamp duties. Okay. Oh, but also right now for those who don't know, so right now the buyer stamp duties is
Anything above 1 million, 4%,
anything below,
3% normal.
anything below 360. I
Still
think you
3%.
was
Well, if you buy
360
HDB
two lah.
If
Okay
you
lah,
buy
two
below
lah,
HDB, buy HDB below 360,000 lor.
360. If you're buying a property below 180, 1%. Correct.
Okay.
We are here to educate. All right. So it's more on stamp duty for your proceed. So Adrian, what about you? What do you think that what else can?
What else?
I think in
Loan
terms.
to value lor.
Oh, I also
Loan
think
to
so.
value, yes, correct. I think to make it more challenging for you to
To loan,
overbuy. Actually, it's not. I don't think they will structure it in such a way whereby they will make it difficult for you to buy, but they will make you consider and reconsider before you overbuy or overpay.
Okay.
Because I don't think they want people to not own a home.
Yeah lah.
Mm.
Correct. So ultimately, they still want people to buy a home, not a house, but a home, but not overpay lor, and also not buy more than one lah. So I think in that aspect they might work on one of the areas that they can work on will be the LTV law, the loan to value. Maybe on the second property, I'm not too sure. Correct. Or maybe on private properties alone, they may not. It's possible that they may not impose it on HDBs.
Right.
But looking at how HDB prices are moving, also highly likely also lah.
Yeah, lor.
Yeah, because recently I also met up with my friends. So what happened is she gotten a queue for a BTO at MacPherson.
Okay.
So I just curious, asked her, your 4-room flat agak-agak how much?
500.
No.
Then?
It's very high floor 700k already. So middle floor about 650.
MacPherson
Then lower floor 500 plus.
Near town.
Yeah.
But I go and see the land. It's just
beside
beside
MRT lah. The empty
MacPherson.
land beside MacPherson MRT lah. But still.
Because she said she see feng shui lah, so top floor suit them lah. So she said, wow, top floor 700k I cannot.
Okay.
Then she
Must
said-
remind her top floor got a lot of lizard on it. Oh, so
Serious
just for
eh?
information. Usually yes.
Lizard Oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah. So are you the victim?
Yes.
Alright.
Oh
Wow.
my
Wow.
Oh, so disgusting.
A lot of people will think top floor
Nothing
scared
what?
hot lah, scared leaking lah. Actually, all this not very true. But what I know true is you get a bit more lizard.
Okay. So coming back, I think that big new beautiful is already like this kind of price.
Right. So wow. So we covered stamp duty. We covered loan to value. I think quite painful because loan to value because
Yeah, like I say, even if they increase by 5%, it makes a lot of difference. An additional 50% of down payment does make a lot of difference to people who are looking to buy a property.
right. But I think if let's say loan to very hard to say because you just look. Sometimes I would like to use this property illustration to car. Because last time car down payment can be just 20%.
Oh, last time can full loan even.
Oh.
Last
Only
time,
down payment.
at one point, yes. At one point,
Oh.
when car market was very slow,
Right.
you can even do a full loan.
Right.
So zero down payment.
COE
Right.
that time was also very low.
This is because his era he understand.
Yeah, your
My
era.
era I never understand.
Our era is like
We need to have-
peak already.
Yeah, 20 or 30% down.
No, I think at one point it was even 50. Just a couple of years ago, it was 50%. Then later on, they reduced it to 40%.
40. Right now it's 40
and
lah.
30 lah. 40 and 30, depending on the value of your O and V law.
Right.
Correct.
Why I will use this as an illustration, because you just look at it, people are still buying cars. COE is on the high. So you see, even taxes, because COE our deem has tax.
Yes, it is tax.
Sorry. Sorry, my friend. You see, my professor just hit. So COE, like taxes, people. This is like, I would say, the government is using the same platform, creating in the car industry, in the property industry, is almost the same. So, wow, it's really painful. Lor. I think other than that, is there any others? I probably feel that cooling measure, these two 已经够凶 already.
They might not necessarily work on the LTV. They can work on the cash down payment.
I was thinking of that too.
Yes, that means instead
Yes.
of 20% CPF, 5% cash, it's possible that they remain at 75% LTV.
Okay.
By a down payment, they may increase to 10%
10%.
cash and then 15% CPF.
15% CPF. Okay.
It's also possible.
It might be lah. We don't know.
Yeah, correct. So these are the areas that potentially they could work on in terms of
yeah. So
commitment.
recently there's this news right now the government have actually imposed the MOP in the prime area.
Right, which is we discussed 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Yeah. So do
Yeah.
you think that for those like in future normal HDB will increase the MOP period also?
Normal HDB
That
will.
means resale lor.
As in
Normal
BTO,
BTO and normal
resale,
resale.
whatever
Yeah.
lah.
Yeah, actually
But right now it's 5 years mah.
Yeah, now that you mentioned it's possible because I'm not sure if you guys are aware. There was a time right when if you are not taking a loan or if you're taking a bank loan, the MOP is only 1 year.
1 year or 3 year?
1 year.
Oh,
It was
1 year,
first,
1 year, 1 year.
and then they
Correct.
increased to 3 years, and now it's across about 5 years.
That
now.
was I think 15 years ago I think.
Correct. So it was only 1 year. Can you imagine? I buy a HDB, I can
1
sell
year.
within a year.
Correct. Yeah. I
Can you see a
remember.
lot of question mark on top of my head?
You don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because by the time I reach, it's already
5
5
years.
years. Yeah, 5 years.
Wow, so signal right.
So I think it's possible. I mean, they can increase from 1 to 3 to 5 years.
Mm.
It's also possible. Again, because at the rate HDB prices are moving,
Right.
yeah, it's possible they may increase the MOP for a resale HDB.
I think it might if really they want to control, I think they will work on this method lah, increase the MOP.
But I think not very likely lah, frankly.
I-
Although
Yeah.
it's
I
a
think so,
it's one area, but I personally I feel because you see, if they impose this right, the impact will only be felt. If they increase from 5 years to 7 years MOP,
Right.
the impact will only be felt 7 years later, because they cannot impose this on current owners. It's not fair. They will usually, if you notice, all these policies right are
Right.
only imposed on people who commit to a property now and going forward.
Correct.
They will not backdate this policy and impose on existing owners.
Understand.
So if they were to increase the MOP, whatever impact that is intended for, right, it will only be felt 5 years, 7 years, 10 years down the road. So it may not be so immediate. So I don't think it's one area that will be effective, if you ask me.
I agree on that. I also want to support, because if let's say they were to increase from 5 to 8 years, currently we are feeling the hot market right now.
Yes.
If you were to do so, which means that the demand will be there will be higher demand in the resale market, because people don't want to enter into a new BTO and get stuck for 8 years plus the building time, which is effectively 10 over years. So it's actually
Make it worse.
backfire.
Ah.
Then your resale becomes even hotter. That is the time that jialat, we are going to pay. Tampines can sell $1 million. I'm very sure, because people are marketing Geylang.
Don't know which joker.
What Geylang
真的是
One of
How
our
much
968
988.
988
No, advertised price is 998.
advertising got offer 968 already.
Wow,
Owner
so
still don't
hot.
want. But owner still don't want is because owner know that the price down there. But we are chit chatting 968 a bit high already.
Okay. Well,
Well, this one off topic. This one because it's still selling, so we cannot. Let's not get involved over there. But moving forward, if let's say this comes back, I really feel that it doesn't help. But I want to emphasize on one thing on cooling measures, because these cooling measures only happen in Singapore. It's not happening. I do not know. I think most of the worlds are not doing this.
they have, but very very mild ones. I think they have it in Hong Kong, they have it in China, if I'm not wrong. But
Right.
they are very, very mild ones, not unlike in Singapore. Lor.
Right. So, of course, if you're gonna ask me why, personally, I just feel that the governments are doing a good job on this. Okay, because they are not doing it to become the property to be so volatile, which means that I have some foreign clients who tell me, oh, back in my country, I buy this at 100,000, I probably can earn 700,000. Wow, that was like 7 times. Because in Singapore, that will never happen. Trust me.
Right.
Okay. Then of course I also have one that is in Hong Kong. They were sharing the fact that oh, wow, every time we bring them to show flat, they will tell me, wow, this very huge. Even it's a 1 bedroom, 400 over square feet. You guys will be thinking, 400 square feet, got to stay. Because they tell me theirs is probably this living room size, and then they are paying much of premium. Not that their government is not doing anything, but it's already the property market is so hot until they can't bring it down. So, like I say, credits back to our government who are controlling well. But then again, we are trying to see whether it's more cooling measures coming in. Okay, so let's see reach the 时间了吗? Okay, because the topic is huge, so I want to make sure that we got ample time. Okay, so we go to the question already. People are asking, so if there is cooling measures, will there be cooling measures? Okay, again, I need to emphasize on behalf of my team, we are not speculating, we're just sharing our own opinion. Will have, don't have. Right. You strike Toto means you are lucky.
End of the day, I think I have to say this: you're not the government.
We're not the government.
We don't decide.
Yeah, but
what we can do is adapt to it, lor. Whatever that is announced, whatever that is imposed, we just have to adapt to it, lah.
I think then we also want to share with you all whether we have spot any telltale sign. Okay, just to alert you guys who are intending to buy a property. Whether you want to treat this session as a reference, treat this as a pinch of salt, or that back to you guys. All right. So Stephanie first, because just now she was sharing, she says no already. And she said no cooling measure this year or soon or when.
This year I think coming end to. And then 1 more month already end.
Like that cannot.
So what means the government now holiday mode already. Christmas coming lah, New Year coming, after that Chinese New Year, so 边做工.
Yeah, then the what? This one is under MND, right?
Yes.
Ministry of National Development. They come out. Yeah, I just give you all the cooling measure for the prime location thingy. So this year panggang already.
交差 already, I can find
okay.
Why no? So you don't think that it's going to happen anytime soon, right?
I don't think so lah,
Right.
because I think for the property like private settlement, like Adrian mentioned the new launch, like even OCR, is it OCR? OCR properties already like new launch is already like no more stock. So if they're going to implement, then of course if they implement is to make the resale market to smooth. But I think for this market right now, I don't think there is a need for the government to implement, because if you were to look at the property growth market right now, I think it's still not on the high side. Like Singapore growth, the populations coming in to Singapore.
Okay.
Yeah. So of course you have asked me, okay, right now resale market is crazy, but it's only like maybe in the HDB settlement. For private settlement, I think there are still like different kind of district that we are talking about.
Okay. Right.
So for me, I don't think that so fast lah.
So you're mentioning because of the population not hitting at its peak, that's why. But I thought my thoughts are, I was bringing up here for discussion wise. Again, if it's about those coming in to buy in the near future, will there be this word called affordable? Because cooling measure is to make sure that those who are coming in later to make it very affordable.
You mean yourself, right?
Yes, myself. Yes. Ouch. Ouch. Wow. Because of recently, my 师傅 down here, you know, he just sold off his unit. So I also kepo. I also go and start searching. Let's say, you know, I intend to. Wow, I tell you, I see already. I also kick sim. Last time probably 1.5 I can buy quite a fair bit of things, but right now 1.5 I can buy.
没有选择。
But shit.
Yeah, you can still buy whether you want or not.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
downgrade location is it?
well,
Same size but downgrade location.
well, there will be some emotional parts that I need to be like staying in the east, you know, making sure that I stay close to my parents, you know, there are these factors itself. That's why I only can look at that that requirements lah. Oh, so back to Steph lah. So isn't, if let's say population growth will be actually higher, because especially on white paper itself 2030 is the benchmark year. A lot of things is happening in 2030. So things like a lot of MRTs coming up. Okay, so we can get to see infrastructures are coming in to support the population growth. White papers are 6.9 million. Of course, we are not very sure whether are we, but I think from now to 2030, the forecast are every year they forecast, right? 并准 one okay, whether we hit that, we question mark. Okay, but let's say if we do, of course, with great structurals, more land, the what you call that, Paya Lebar Airbase will be removed and becomes a bit of residential and also things itself. Shouldn't be, then the question back to you, shouldn't be they should take action right now to cool off, to make sure that, you know, later part these people come in.
Too early lah right now.
Way too early, because it's a 8 years gap for
Which
your
one
thoughts.
year?
2021.
9 years, okay. 8, 9 years.
Can see 徐半港 already. That's why she ask you now what year.
What year now? So you think that right now the government should implement a cooling measures so that, you know, what, in 8 years, 9 years down the road, the price, you know, will be stagnant?
I will not say, like I said, the word is, I think the key word that we want to use right now is affordable. Because behind the scenes something happening, and we are the
So you
three,
find it amusing.
yeah, the three of us, we are like,
Yeah. 专心
yeah, our, oh, I know who
Okay.
already. Okay, anyway, I know what happened, what is happening right now. Well, anyway, coming back, wow. Sorry, let's not get distracted, alright?
You are the one, okay?
Okay. Wait, where were we?
I don't know.
The white paper 6.9 government prediction quite accurate.
But for you, okay, because like I say, if they don't take action now, because certain things it will take a while to implement. It cannot be like I implement.
To see the effect lah.
Yes, correct. And then of course, if let's say it keep on going up 2030, or maybe you buy one three bedder in OCR, maybe 2 over million already.
Okay, so you are saying that they will implement anytime soon?
Okay, for me I go first yes. Personally,
Yes,
yes.
because you're hoping
Yeah,
for
lor.
it. Right?
Less in what sense?
Okay, because I just feel that this time around, right, the quite hot already.
Quite hot already.
Quite hot already. I just feel that maybe it's a time they need to come in to give some cooling, you know, to soften it. I want to say that I need it to stop. Not possible.
Slow down the price growth lah, I think.
Yes,
I think,
yes.
okay.
Because the growth very significant. Even I were to use 2 per se, HDB. Last time in Tampines, HDB flats below 300,000 we can find. Now easily 350,000. This growth of at least a 15% is very significant. If this keeps on going, let's say every year we increase by another 5%. Wow, next time, is it so that by 2030 my 3-room flats in HD for Tampines itself is going 400,000.
Understand.
And not forgetting these flats are getting older.
Okay.
Okay, then we look at private. Private, I will branch out to two. One will be the new launches. Understand that developers are having a hard time because really shortage of land.
Yep.
No land bank. Okay, and then this is a opportunity for them because again because the supply is so low, they keep on increasing in terms of the prices.
The land cost.
I think in terms of this one, it's not just about increasing the prices of their current projects, but I think the bigger impact is on how they going forward, how they bid for land.
Correct.
Yeah, I think that's one part.
Correct. So now for the consumer part, right, will be if you were to buy, you are helping them to. I probably feel that developer is leveraging on the current supply they have in order to outbid the prices in the near future for the next few plots of land. So if these are not being addressed again, those who are buying right now, you might be buying on a real high. And then later part, if you were to sell these new launches, right, what kind of margin are you looking at? Because
What prices like
yes, what kind of prices, because like some projects you buy now versus when they initial launch, the price increment can be 200,000-300,000 already. So very scary kind of prices. Then the last one I want to look at will be the resale private. Okay, every quarter we open up our street sign. Private sector volume increase, prices increase. Yeah lah, maybe because I'm looking at that lah. That's why I wanted
because you want it lah.
I would love it.
Increase what?
Huh? No, then
You
then
also increase, so happy, huh?
I increase what?
You yourself, your price,
Correct. So it comes to a chicken and egg thing, yeah. That yes, my current property will definitely increase in price, but not forgetting today we are looking at the quantum that is 2 or 3 times of my current HDB flats. So if 2 or 3 times, right, 10% of 600,000 is 60,000. 10% of 1.8 million is 180,000. It's 3 times that.
But basically, I think that even today you want to upgrade, right?
Yep.
You are looking at the long term. How long do you want to stay? You want to stay there for 3 years, 4 years, and sell it?
Very hard to say.
Yeah, lor.
Very hard to say.
So to me is
If today
no matter what.
ask yourself, if you stay in a property now $1 million, 5 years down the road it become 1.8 million. You don't want to sell, man?
I will sell lah, 1.8, 800K lah.
Correct. Precisely,
But
this is the point.
You know that you won't be happening so soon, in future.
Correct. So I hope lah. I personally hope if the cooling measure can come in 2025.
After that,
Wait, 20. No, it's
But
2021.
then too late lah. But then prices will have
2024. You know why 2024?
okay.
Because no, the
So
cooling
what you
measure must come after I sell my house before I buy my new place.
Yeah, that's right. I pray for you, don't come in so fast.
you go be the government.
I think they will vote me out.
Hey, you still want to come in for what? I pray for you, don't come in so fast.
Okay, but
So-
seriously for me is why I feel that might be coming because reaching its boiling point. I will just put it's reaching its boiling point. It's reaching the red mark whereby there are some concerns that we are feeling because okay, price increase definitely we want, but too high, does it substantial? That's one. Number two, does it affect our next generation? We can be very greedy. We say that like I just give a scenario. Today I buy 1 million. Next time I can sell 1.8. What about our next generation? Are they going to buy the same requirements at 2.5, 3 million? Then we can become like our Indonesian friends, whereby their currency is like millions, inflated. The inflation. I will just feel lah.
Okay,
So for me, I'm a team yes. So team no, team yes. How about you?
don't know.
Maybe.
I think for me, the rational side of me, whereby if I look at data, statistics and all that, I don't think it will be imposed soon
Mm-hmm.
because from the numbers, it doesn't seem that prices have run away lah.
Mm.
Okay, but on the other hand, what I'm seeing on the ground
Yep.
does not seem to tally with the data and the figures.
Okay.
So what I mean is, if you look at the asking prices right now, I think all the asking prices. Okay, I'm speaking more specifically for resale private property lah.
Okay.
Asking prices have easily jumped 100 to 200,000 for a 1 million property. That means we are talking about a 10-20% jump in asking prices.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty much across the board. So most places I check, I look, this is the increment in asking prices that I'm seeing.
Right.
Okay, but again, the numbers and the data doesn't seem to reflect that.
Okay.
So the rationale side, Ami says no. I don't think this is cooling measures are going to be coming anytime so soon.
Right.
But what I'm seeing on the ground seems to be a bit conflicting.
Mm.
Correct. So a bit worrying also lah for me if really buyers are willing to pay the asking prices that we are seeing now.
So
So it's a yes and no.
yeah.
要有一个答案 yes or no. You want to support me or support him?
I don't think so lah. I don't think so.
This one is like so Adrian, should I buy this show flat? Mr. Owner, this one can buy, but also cannot buy. You leave it to you,
You think you want to buy, you buy.
You like, you buy lor. Don't like, don't buy.
You don't like to buy, you don't like the obviously don't buy lah.
Right. So we have a very dilemma
Yeah, very
Adrian
conflicting.
today.
Yes, correct,
Yeah,
correct.
maybe because after he have the like okay, cooling measure don't come because now I'm selling my house. Wow, Jose, I got a good price. Cooling measure comes like
Now for him
Actually,
can come anytime
actually
already.
like what you say just now, I'm in the position, I'm in the situation right now whereby I'm hoping it comes lah, so the prices don't run away. Because I need to buy man. So I'm hoping that it will come lah.
Okay.
I think what I agree with you on things is the alarming of price. Like I say, very hard for me to digest seeing the price increment so huge, really so huge.
But what for me is when you say the increment, right? What I'm seeing is in the asking prices. Transacted prices, yes, there's an increment, but not as alarming as the asking prices. But the concern is going forward if the overall market, the asking prices are increasing so high.
Right.
Buyers end up will have to pay, because
Right.
they need to buy.
Mm.
Okay, no? So if buyers start paying what the sellers are asking at today's prices, and then that's it, prices will increase. We'll see a big jump.
Right.
Right now we are seeing,
Wow.
I'm seeing marginal jump, inching up, but not a very big jump. But the worry in me is that buyers will start paying that kind of asking prices. That is
Okay.
when it will be very worrying.
Okay. I mean, as long as there's a willing buyer willing to buy over at the transacted price, then it will actually slowly increase to the highest.
Correct. Because you see, example is if today we know that this category of properties have been transacting at 1 million or so. Okay, but across the board, every seller in the market right now are asking for 1.2. And today I'm in the market, I want to buy. But everyone asking 1.2, how? I cannot get previous price of 1 million already. So if I were to LL and pay 1.2, right? And once that is registered, then I think the prices will stick to 1.2 already. And that is when it will be very, very worrying.
Okay.
So for me, that's my what I'm seeing actually. Yeah.
Sorry. I was like looking at my phone. I thought our live was disrupted.
Disrupted.
Yeah.
Okay.
没有啊。
没有，对对对，sorry，我回来，OK。
Okay, so what else? Now that we have voiced our individual opinion on cooling measures and all that.
Okay, so I think the next question everybody will want to ask, and that will probably be the final question for today, lah. Okay, so even today, cooling measures comes or don't come, should I buy now? Always this question always link one. Okay, I always really feel that it always links. So, be it cooling measures comes or don't come, should we buy now? Does it mean that cooling measures comes, the price will drop? Okay, then after I should wait for cooling measure to come out, so the price will drop. Then I go and enter. Then, I will probably will be able to get a very good deal, ma. Okay, so let's hear. Push it out to you guys. Okay, what are your thoughts?
For those who are here with us today, maybe you can leave your comments also lah, and on what are your thoughts.
Yep.
Maybe it's something that we have missed out. Feel free to leave us a comment.
Correct.
Maybe you all go first lah. Later again 我讲到完 then 你们
Okay lah, to me is even got cooling measure or no cooling measures, right? It depends on when and where or how urgent you need a place.
Okay.
What is your plan?
So it's the needs lah.
Yeah, needs lah.
Right.
Like for me, when I think that it's the right time to buy, I can offer the installment or I can accept the price. Then I just buy lor.
Correct.
it's something that you can afford.
Yeah,
then
like
you just buy
my
lah.
friend, she buy a BTO MacPherson just beside MRT, 700K. She also have to accept because she need to get a place.
She have no choice because she
Yeah.
signed on the paper already.
No, she haven't even signed.
Oh, I was like, oh,
She
But
will
just
still buy
that
lah,
she
because
have
she
the
needs-
plan, they have to settle down, they are going to RM in January,
Right.
they'll be trying for 2 years
wow.
to apply for a BTO, So even if this price tag is coming to her face, she also have to accept because this is the price that she have to pay lah, and she's okay to pay lah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you ask me, there's no right time or wrong time or good time to buy. You just buy when there's a change or there's a need
There's
or
a need lah.
your plans lah.
Come, get it yourself.
Similarly, I also think like what you say, like,
Yeah.
because pretty much if we are talking about cooling measures, like I say, the last cooling measure itself, right, it didn't derive that hey, price, after developer launch after that, it doesn't seem that the price will actually goes down. Not forgetting these are mega companies we are talking about, so their holding power, they are so strong. They are listed companies, some of them or most of them. So moving forward, cooling measures is to probably for the 6 months they might not be doing well. Okay, but I don't think that will be increase in pricing.
You
Okay,
won't bring down the price lah.
correct. So far, I mean, most of the projects we talking about those big projects, no chance. Very hard for you to see that. So when is a good time to buy? I really reckon what Steph say because sometimes right we prepare ourselves. Oh, 5% I have it. Oh, 20% I also have it. 75% in terms of the loan. After that, every month I need to top up maybe $3,000. Hey, you go home, you calculate. It's silent.
Yeah.
Buy lah. Or just say buy. Because this is something so comfortable. What if today you buy this at 1.5 million and your 1 week down the road, prices increase another 200,000. 5% probably you can because the jump of that 200,000 is nothing big. 20% you probably also might have, but your monthly installment become higher. And then if you want to sit on the fence, sitting on the fence is the very, very scary thing. If you are below 35, fine. But if you are above 35, then I would say I'll give you a very big exclamation mark. Why? Because every year your LTV reduces. So if you are age of 36, you only can borrow 29 years. Okay, your monthly loan increase another significantly. Another year down, your loan get increased. Yeah, and not forgetting the price that you are buying also increase. So if you are ready, always please, number one, check with your agent, make sure your numbers are healthy. Number two, after checking with agents,
Yeah.
check with the bankers, to make sure that your numbers are also okay. Lastly, you check with the law firm, okay, but don't check with people who will tell you that properties markets are going to crash.
Yeah.
Property there will be property bubbles are going to burst, because unless they tell you that they are working for the government bodies and they can disclose all this, which I don't think none of us are able to get this top news lah, top confidential news lah. Alright, so that's my point lah. I will just say ready, just buy. I just feel that it's just stagnating for a while, even there's a cooling measures. That's it. It's just to hold on the price only. How about you, Adrian?
You all say finish already, I don't say.
Oh, okay. Like that. Tell me.
Not my turn already. Okay, I think I still hold true to my belief is that any time is a good time to buy. As what Steph mentioned, if there's a need for a home, then there is no good time to buy one. That means if you need a home, you buy long. Okay, and then again to add on to what Kenneth mentioned, the runway, the longer you wait, the shorter the runway you have. Which when I say runway means your loan tenure, the shorter the loan tenure equates to higher monthly installment. So that makes it more difficult. Either more difficult to obtain the loan that you need, or more difficult to service a higher monthly installment. Okay, so I think another add-on that I will have to say is how do I put it there? Sorry, I forget. Okay, shorter.
Add on.
Yes. Okay, so I will say it's a good time to buy, subject to this. If you have a need, if the longer you wait, the shorter the runway you are, and also, why I keep forgetting.
I think I seriously think that place is a curse.
I think you need to buy ginkgo nuts for me.
No, I think that place is a curse. Because the other time when I was sitting down there, I suddenly cannot.
是吗？那个出快一
That's
点。
why Bob always sit here. That's why I think why Bob always sit here is because of that.
Okay, yeah, I remember it. Subject to the third criteria, holding power. So long you have the holding power, or rather, I think in layman we call it buffer. If you have a bit of buffer for rainy days, you have put aside some money for rainy days and whatnot, which equates to you having some holding power in the event that you lose your job or there's a drop in your income, you will not be forced to sell. Then yes, go ahead. I think these are the three criteria. If you have these three criteria, by all means, any time is a good time to buy. Because why I say holding period is holding power is because everybody knows property is rather cyclical in a way.
Right.
Okay, so what you don't want is you don't want to be caught in a situation whereby you do not have holding power and you happen to have to sell when the market is not in your favor, when market is down.
Okay.
Then you are caught. Then it may be what we call negative sales. Your sales proceed is not even enough to repay the bank loan and so on. Or if you're so desperate to sell, you have to drop your price by a lot fire sale, and then you incur even bigger loss and all that. So we don't want that. So I think with all these three criteria fulfilled, I think it's still a good time to go ahead and buy. It's just a matter of selecting the right product.
Correct.
I think product selection is very important also, because there are products in the market right now whereby you are buying at future prices, aka overpriced in current market, current situation, in today's date.
Correct.
You're buying at future prices, future higher prices. But at the same time, there are also products whereby it is still relevant and so-called reasonable in today's pricing. So I think once you have decided that yes, it's the right thing to do, you want to move ahead, the next question then is just a matter of product selection.
So for those who want to know what are the projects, right, go and view Screw Up. Okay, 3 weeks ago we talked about that.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
3 weeks ago we talked about that. Because all of us we have different opinions. Again, this is what our platform is for. Every time it comes in, we are open. We are trying to be as open as possible to share with you. Not always that we are right.
But we
Okay.
share our opinion.
Correct.
So we share our thoughts, our perspective. So from there you can decipher what you can agree with and what you may not agree with.
Correct. Anything else, guys, you want to add on?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
I
No?
think yeah, if you
Yep.
again, if you need a house, go ahead lah.
If you need a house, go
也
ahead.
不要省太多。
Yeah.
So long holding power, you have sufficient runway, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Correct.
Because again, even if you don't, if you feel that new launches very high, there are still some resale properties that is still worth considering.
I think Adrian in layman's term will tell you, 有钱就买，等做么？
买什么都是一样的。
in a way, if you simplify, yeah, you can say so.
But I don't agree on that. 买什么都是一样的。Sorry， 你要有买 ，you must buy. I might serious. I will just say, you need to
Must take
buy.
action lah.
Yeah,
Must
you
take
need to take action in
Yeah.
order to see the difference.
Yeah.
Because I have many clients who sit on the fence for
Then
many years.
talk after so many years, they are not gonna see anything because
Correct.
they never
Yeah,
take
yeah, I
action.
got one
Correct.
friend also like that.
嗯
工钱8、9千的 very comfortable.
Right.
Until now don't want to buy.
But keep talking about it, right?
Yeah, 3 years ago they come out about one bedroom. I said now one bedroom already reach 800, 900k. You still don't want to buy. You go and buy.
Previously 600多千就买得到了。
Yes. Right.
And I said previously is like maybe 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 years
Correct.
ago. 600,000 you get a one bedroom.
Yeah,
right?
easily.
Now 没有800-900千 you can forget it.
Cannot buy already.
So
I
you
said,
can imagine lah.
Then for those, I just also want to add on. Even you bought and sell earlier, during this during this peak market. Wow, I always tell my clients that because recently there's one who just reconnected with me. I mean, I reconnected with them. Then we were chit-chatting. Then he said, "Wow, if I were to sell my property today, my houses will probably earn an extra 100,000."
yeah.
Okay, but this owner actually bought a condo, so I told him very straightforward. If you were to sell today and you buy a condo today,
You would have paid 200,000-300,000 more.
correct. And then after he smiled. Haha, yeah, hor.
对吧？
Yeah. So bo pian, if you were to sell today and you need to buy, because most of us we will definitely need to buy. Okay. Then again, like I say, we don't look at the value already. You just need the place to house your in first lah.
I think this is where it comes in, whereby if you are someone who currently owns a property, it's really not about timing the market anymore because you sell high, you buy high.
Correct.
You sell low, you buy low. Lor.
Yeah, lor.
Correct. When market is low, you sell, then you might have felt sell 2 years ago, then today the prices move. You say, "很可惜, I sold too early." But don't forget that you bought earlier on at a lower price also. If you had chosen to sold today, yes, you would have sold higher, but you also would have had to pay a lot more in today's price.
I'm so glad
Yes.
our
All my favorite agents.
we have two brothers who are with us. Sadiq, hello brother Sadiq.
Hi, Jeff.
And the other one is my another Sifu. Taught me things subtly one.
你的师傅哈 OK.
Yeah. This one also teach my Sifu things also.
Yes.
Yes, he imparts a lot of knowledge. Okay. We come to the end of our live session again. Alright. So fast, time flies us. 1 hour already. Okay. Do let us know. Okay. Do come to us. Let us know. What are the things that you want us to discuss. We'll definitely want to bring in what you call that? We will definitely want to bring in more contents to you guys. Okay. We also want to have more guest speaker coming up, but the current guest speaker, let's wait until we can.
Hopefully the ruling allows.
After
Yeah.
21st November, then we see what's the cooling measures again from the government. For
When,
the
Not cooling measure, the COVID restriction measures.
COVID cooling
When,
measures.
When?
Before
21st
21st lah.
December.
November lah, December.
Oh.
The current one supposed to be reviewed or
21st
to be
November.
advised on 21st.
My best neighbors.
Oh yes, neighbor. Hi, new neighbor.
You told him already, huh? So next time we go the Chinese New Year visiting, right?
Can one time visit too, right?
Yeah, one time visit too. The 2 Tao case we go.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much guys. We shall see you soon. Alright. Brother Sadiq, all the best to you also. Okay. Take care. We
Okay.
shall see you next week.
See you Saturday.
Bye-bye.
See you. Bye.